They consider you for the scholarship.
Wait, let me see
Welcome,
the
welcome,
sentence again.
welcome. Happy college application submission day. Because today's our deadline across the board. Thanks to the website crashing. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Hopefully you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving break and ate loads of food and worked so diligently on these college applications that the moment you came back, you're like, I submitted. Or you're like, no, no, no. All we have to do is just look over and it's done. And we didn't spend hours yesterday dealing with the website crashing. No, no, no. Or if you're here with us thinking USC, today's the day for that scholarship opportunity, especially for the USC Topping Scholarship. Great opportunity to help cover with $10,000 every year. So USC, if that's your dream school, today's the deadline, especially for that opportunity because, we have all sorts of connections and scholarship opportunities. So December 1st is a big deadline, especially if you're a big Trojan fan. That's today. And we're all working diligently to get it. What do you mean? Trojans are great. They're great. Yeah. No? It's okay. But if you're not a Trojan fan, you can submit your UCLA Bruin application today too. Or if that's not your vibe, maybe you could become a Toro. Today's also the day to find out. To apply. It's all many options. So it's all great, 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 great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. How are we all doing? Hello, hello, hello. And of course, as always, in typical College Bound fashion, please make sure that you guys drop down in the chat your grade level, name, all that fun stuff, as well as filling out our incredible Google form. Lovely little friendly reminders that, remember, today is the day for our college applications to be due, CSU, UC, so if you haven't, there's still time to come down, receive that help, get that extra little revision, get that extra little support, especially with everything crashing yesterday. No stressors. Of course, there's also today's the deadline for the USC financial aid and scholarship opportunity. So if you're interested in USC, today's the day to apply for that scholarship deadlines. It's great, $10,000 every year as you're out there at USC. So really great opportunities and engagement. And we have that incredible partnership, the USC Topping Scholarship. So if that's something that you're passionate about, today's the day, and we are here to support you, help you out, and make it truly, truly illustrious and just make it so fantastic and just so awesome. So without further ado, I think we're all kind of here. We're settling back in. We can get into the topic for today and to kind of just kick off and think about all the things that we're kind of working for.
Eddie, really quick, I wanted to introduce a new staff and make an announcement. Just a few minutes. I met today our new career bound coordinator. Her name is Kimberly Espinoza. And because she is the one that will help our members with internships, I'd like to just give her a few minutes to introduce herself. She'll drop her email in the chat. So if anyone is serious and interested about participating, this will be your chance to connect. So with that, hi, Kimberly. Thank you for joining us. If I introduced you, but I'd like if you can please just tell the kids a little bit about your new program and how you're going to assist them.
For sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Espinoza. I like to go by Kim, so it's cool if you guys call me Kim. I am the new Career Bound coordinator here at the Boys and Girls Club. So I oversee the San Pedro site, the Port site, Wilmington, Harbor City, and the Gateway Center. So I just kind of wanted to quickly come on here and introduce myself and a little bit about what Career Bound is. So Career Bound is more so a program that has been established at the Boys and Girls Club. As a new coordinator, my goals are to be able to assist all the students that are interested in obtaining an internship, apprenticeship, or career fairs, help you guys find your career within the Boys and Girls Club. So I do have internship opportunities coming up in January when you guys come back from break. So if you guys are interested, I would really appreciate it if you guys can send me an email. That way I can get you guys on my list and we can get the process going. But I just wanted to quickly come on here, introduce myself, introduce the program, just let you guys know I do have internship opportunities coming up. So if you guys are available, ready to start the internship, I am here for you guys. I'm here to support you guys. I'll drop my email down in the chat. That way you guys can send me an email anytime. I'm always here. I'm here for you guys. So it was nice to meet you guys. Hopefully I get to meet you guys in person pretty soon. But that was it for right now. I don't want to take your guys' time up for your workshop. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Kimberly. And thank you, Eddie. You guys are in for a great presentation. There's a lot of opportunity, guys. Take advantage. Ask questions if you need any help or direction. And back to you, Eddie. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you so much to Kimberly. She's going to be a great help. Her email's right now in the chat. So if you guys want to take a moment, copy and paste it real quick, just so you can send her an email. She could help you out with opportunities from CoLab, which is going to be opening back up again, connecting you to mentors and internships here at the Boys and Girls Club. All great things to add to your resume or scholarship application, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So all great things to kind of, build character and, especially if you're someone who loves helping the club or comes here often, what better way to come do what you love and just give that extra little internship opportunity and work experience. Check her out, copy her email. Great opportunities for all of you guys. But without further ado, actually, that's perfect because it goes into the topic of today, which is networking and scholarships. So that's a great network that you just added to for connections to, other jobs, internships, all that fun stuff. But let's get into our presentation.
Eddie, I do have a few UCLA items if you want to do a raffle at the end, and they could pick it up Friday. UCLA donated shirts and sweaters. So if you want to do a raffle at the end or in the middle, I got you, okay?
Nice, awesome. Thank you so much.
Since you always take care of it, I think I needed to try to contribute a little bit. So I do appreciate it.
No, thank you. You hear that? So please make sure you guys speak up, pay attention. We are going to ask you guys some lovely questions, and those are great opportunities for you to get some lovely UCLA gear. UCLA gear is very expensive. Bruins? Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. If you see Miss Yesedia's little window, you can see the hat, you can see the sweater. Like, it's really nice stuff. So, pay attention, speak up so you can get that chance.
You're muted.
Oh, yes, and yeah, you're muted. Sorry.
UCLA donated a bunch of stuff from their student store because they got a bunch of Nike and Adidas stuff. So we got all their leftover stuff. So I'm excited for you guys. And with that, get involved and there'll definitely be a reward.
For sure. Let's go here. There we go. So for that beautiful gear, and just for the new networks and opportunities that you just heard about, that's our topic for today. Scholarship opportunities, networking, and just putting it all together to help you build that network so that you understand and know what's around you to support you for that future. Because at the end of the day, people love helping you out. We're here to help you out, and we just want to make sure that you have all the opportunities you need to help you be successful for those goals, aspirations, whatever we want to accomplish. Whether that's that job, an internship, a job right now just to help you out, applications, scholarships, all of that in between, we're here to help you out and connect with you. And honestly, I'll say it right now, one of your biggest network opportunities is right here, the Boys and Girls Club. Even after you graduate, you have part of our alumni network. You have resources. If you stay in touch, if you keep up with us, we're happy to connect you with opportunities, other alumni, other people that can help you out and just support you every step of the way. So what is our goal? What are we talking about today? So we're going to bridge the gap between opportunities, networking, how it all kind of makes sense, make it make sense so that we can understand it, how things interact and intermingle between each other from like a very simple conversations you have with us as staff, with your friends, with maybe parents or different types of opportunities. And we also want to expose you to what opportunities are still to come, especially since, college applications are kind of due today. Sometimes, we think like, oh, we finished. There's still plenty of work to go on, from figuring out your housing plans, financial aid, scholarship opportunities. Remember, 5,500 does not come out easy. Every school's going to offer you that. So if we don't want to take that, it's great time to stay involved, keep connected, and just see what other opportunities are out there and engage with, because we're just, honestly, the Boys and Girls Club, I think, is truly the land of opportunity and the land of support. And that's what we're here to do. So before we get started, just a little wait, I wanted to remind you of some big announcements. It's close to the end of the year. I know we're getting ready for our finals and stuff, but one of the biggest opportunities I think out there for you guys is this wonderful alumni panel. Next week, December 8th, for our workshop, we're having our incredible College Bound alumni panel. It's a great chance for you to connect, meet with different alumni from previous years, talk about different experiences, advice, scholarship, and just how to be successful and how to kind of flourish when you're becoming that freshman. So we want to, connect you with that and remind you that it's a big thing. So make sure you save the date. You can come here on site. It'll be virtual, but you can also come here on site. So you can maybe potentially meet some of our alumni, have some nice food, and kind of intermingle, connect, and kind of get to network with them as we learn from different components. With that being said, we also want to make sure that we're gathering information and gathering alumni to kind of better suit and kind of better understand what it is that you're kind of looking for and what it is that you kind of want. So why should you attend this panel? Because it's there to support you, give you advice, and give you some criteria. And it's a great opportunity to do what is networking, which is a chance to just have conversations, have kind of opportunities to connect with and gain information on different types of topics, whether it's a career, a major, a school, an atmosphere, a vibe. Networking is literally just you gathering information from your resources. It's people that you know, people that you connect with, people that you barely meet, like at an alumni panel. And the perks of that is that not only are you gaining information, but you're also gaining different types of experiences, connections that can help you lead to opportunities, from volunteering to engaging with other people to connecting and seeing what else is out there, like meeting from one of our students at UC Irvine. Maybe they could connect you with a program that could help you better support and become acclimated to the school. So with that being said, now's your chance to kind of speak up. I want to ask, what are some things that you guys are interested in learning about? What are some topics you guys want to kind of think about for this alumni panel? Do you want to learn about things, I don't know, engineering? Do we want to learn about nurses, find out from nurses, a specific school? Do we want to learn about scholarship stuff? Pick your brain. Feel free to unmute. Let us know. What are some things you want to hear about?
Basically done now, so no one's here anymore. So they don't think they need to come here anymore. So yeah, it's kind of weird.
Eddie,
Uh-huh.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear both of you.
Oh, okay. I wanted to also let everyone know, this is an opportunity to really get to know about the schools that you applied. We do have students just about at every Cal State, UC, private, out of state. This program's been around for such a long time, so we want to ensure that we bring the alumni that are right for you. So there's a particular campus that you want to know more about, even just get an insight on what it was like to go to school during COVID, or how did the school responded when the pandemic was happening. This is where you can drop your suggestions. We're open to everything. We want to make this alumni panel to fit you and your needs. And we do it intentionally. We do it right after college applications so that you can stay motivated. You just applied. And more than anything, we want to ensure that you continue to get the support that you've been getting this far. You're going to start getting acceptance letters if you haven't already. Just shout out to a few students that got into Humboldt State already, which is Miss Carla's alma mater. Shout out to those that got into San Marcos already 2 days ago. So they're on it. And if these are your schools and visiting them is maybe not within your reach because of the distance, Humboldt, you're closer to Oregon than you are to LA, let us know. We'll bring them out. And it is virtual. So this is the awesome thing about Zoom, that we get to pretty much talk to these students. Some of them are in finals. So we're doing our best to get a little bit of everything. And like we mentioned, that these are students that not only are from your community, but also went through the program and are now in their prospective fields, their dream schools, on scholarships, and definitely can share what their experience was like, not only with College Bound, but now in college and their transition. So give us your ideas. It is going to be festive. It is going to be our almost Posada theme alumni panel. So this is our way of closing the fall semester. Now that you have applied, the colleges are going to notify you through a portal whether you got in or not, and so you're going to be doing a lot of other things. But at this moment, if you can drop your suggestions, we'll have a suggestion box at our locations as well, and you can always let us know what you want to see at that panel.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Karina. I saw some students were talking about scholarship opportunities. Another student was asking about engineering. If there's any specific majors you guys want to hear about, I know nursing is popular, but I don't know if you guys want to hear about nursing, hear what that medical kind of component is like, especially because a lot of schools you're pre-nursing, so understanding what that kind of looks like and how it works. But I'm gauging it based on what you guys like, so let us know. Pros and cons of campuses. Okay, nice. I like that. Pros and cons. Any other ideas, feel free to drop it in the chat. If anyone wants to mute themselves, feel free to. I'll give you guys, by all means, you have the chat all day. What am I saying? Like, you have the chat the entire time. But feel free, really think about it. Marinate. What are things you'd like to hear about? What's a school you really want to hear from? Maybe a school that you're hesitant about applying to, like maybe USC or Chapman, or maybe someone who wants to go to out of state. Anyone want to go out of state? Hear what that's kind of like? Or what it means to be super far away, like all the way in Humboldt, like Miss Carla was, and how that's kind of a little different than the vibes. Feel free, ask away, or feel free in the chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love to hear all of that things, because again, we want to try and get alumni that, are what you're interested in. So that you can ask those questions and hear all those points of views.
Not only that, but I think this year is the only year that we didn't have college fairs like we normally do, to get this college information as well. So the chat is going to be open. Drop your suggestions. This is a tradition of ours every year, so we couldn't end the year without our annual tradition to bring back some of our alumni so that can are much closer to you in age. Some of them are in their first year, second year. They could talk about what it's like being homesick, if you're hesitant about going away. Maybe you just need to hear from someone else and how they maybe cope with that homesickness, especially this time of the year. So with that being said, back to you, Eddie.
No, thank you so much. So you guys feel free. It's all there. We'd love to hear it. And one of the biggest perks about that is networking, right? Because networking, like I just mentioned earlier, I know for a lot of us, it may seem like a little daunting. We're like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to all these people. Or you walk into a room and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, or I don't know who to talk to. One of the beautiful things is that, especially because right now it's over Zoom, you have the chance to ask these things either through us as staff by putting your question in the chat, or through us because it's virtual, to be able to ask people and just get that information. What networking truly is just a conversation. It's just going up to someone saying like, hey, my name is Eddie. I'm really passionate about doing dance, but I also want to help out youth in the inner city. What are some opportunities that you can kind of hear about? Or I heard a little bit about your company. It's just a conversation of going up to someone and just connecting to them. Your network, which may think is really small, is actually large. Every person that you meet, whether it's just your cousin, your aunt, a brother, a sister, a Boys and Girls Club staff, a teacher, they're all part of your network. They're people that are come into your life and have access to different types of resources, different types of opportunities. So whether you talk to, let's say, Miss Kimberly, and you ask her about potential interview support, maybe she'll connect you to an event like Pathways to Employment, where you get to do multiple practice interviews and get to multiple opportunities to engage and see what it's like to do that interview. You can talk to any one of us as staff and we can connect you to different scholarship opportunities, talk to you about different school, connect you to an alumni that maybe did the exact same thing that you're studying, and just talk about that journey. So networking is really easy, and all it is just asking that question, having that conversation. So it's nothing too stressful. It's just putting yourself out there, and that's what I want you to think about, especially when you're going to college. You think, let's be honest, you're all alone. You're not really coming in with a posse of friends that you've known since like 9th grade or things like that. You're kind of going and transitioning on your own. So it's a great chance to break out of that shell or that fear and just ask the questions. Asking the questions is how you're going to meet people and is how you're going to make those connections. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of us ask ourselves, like, what's in it for me? Why should I even do this? It helps you connect to hidden job markets. So if you talk to young professionals like now, or if you went to, remember when we had those, oh my gosh, the job fairs where we had the local unions coming in, that's a networking opportunity where as you talk to them, they may connect you to different types of internships, jobs that they're hosting. It can put you over the edge because now you've kind of started that bridge of connection. People are more likely to hire or support students that they've kind of heard or had that kind of validation from word of mouth. So if someone, let's say you're applying to my company and Carla already came to me and said, hey, I have this really great student. They've talked to me already. They're interested about this. You should really consider having them. That student already has that edge because I've heard great things about them. I've already heard and have validation from Carla saying like, oh, I think that it's a great opportunity. So it kind of helps you wean in closer into different types of companies, gain a whole bunch of different opportunities, referrals, and it just increases your chances for having a shorter job search, especially when you're thinking of graduation and going to college. Like the next step is a job or a career. So building that network, connecting to their teachers, connecting especially college professors can hook you up with a lot of people that they've met in their lives to that next phase or that next step, whether it's a job, it's an opportunity, whether it's support, internships, or fellowship, anything in between. Your teachers are great resources to help you, especially when you're at a college or university, because that's going to make your job search go from a long time of looking to something so much smaller and so much easier. And that's the biggest thing about networking is the opportunities. When you think of your networks, you have multiple different types of networks. You have your emotional support network, which is the people that you can kind of rely on for, let's say, anything that's happening on with your life, whether it's your sister, your family, maybe your best friend. There's that information support network, which I like kind of considering a little bit kind of like that gossip network, where you kind of hear all the tea, everything that's happening within a certain situation. But it's also where you get to hear about different types of job openings, different types of opportunities to engage with. We are great an information support network. We're an emotional support network. We're an active support network where we can also write you letters of recommendations, references, help you out. Even today, I had a student apply to a job and they called me saying like, hey, do you know this student? I was just like, of course, they have great work ethic, all sorts of lovely things. That's what that kind of active support looks like. And then you have your feedback network, people that can give you guidance, support. Also us. So with the Boys and Girls Club, you have all these networks, all these opportunities to connect with. So it's really just, stay connected, because the more you're connected, the more we can kind of help you out. And remember to talk to you about different things that are going on, especially within this next month with so many scholarships coming up. That's a great opportunity that we can constantly remind you and tell you like, hey, have you done this? Have you done this? Hey, have you thought about doing this? Because there's so many opportunities to engage with. Networks are contacts that you make that help you out when it comes to career planning, career exploration. You can go on informational interviews, tours, specific job leads, everything in between is truly, truly amazing. It makes it easier to get that connection, to have that connection to different types of people. And especially when you're thinking from a job perspective. So let's say you graduate, or even right now when you have someone that references, like I knew the owner of Sirens, or to go talk to them and say, hey, you should really hire this student, is that your resume goes from being somewhere in the middle of a stack of resumes to now being on top, or to be specifically highlighted so that they're looking and engaging more with you. Again, that's the whole point. It kind of gives you that specific highlight. And the way that network kind of works is that, think of the people in your life. Think of people who can help you out. Think of people that you're like, oh my gosh, this is someone that I can really connect to and how they can kind of help you out. Let's say you were looking for a job as a nurse. You could go to maybe talking to a local church member. If you go to a church, they could connect you to maybe a social worker or things like that have that job opportunity. Maybe you have a neighbor or a friend that works in that field. You can talk to a Boys and Girls Club staff that can connect you to an alumni, a student who's now working within the field of nursing. You can talk to a teacher who knows someone that works in that field. And all these opportunities go from you simply asking a teacher, someone at your local church, a neighbor, so that they therefore use their network to ask someone else, to give you an opportunity. If you look from the neighbor example or the teacher example, it goes from literally just you talking to your neighbor talking to a friend. The friend is now giving you a little interview, just talking to you a little about it, runs the nursing home, and now you have an interview for a potential volunteer opportunity or a potential job. That's how it just kind of goes down to. And even when it comes to nursing or medical programs, you can talk to us. There's plenty of opportunities coming in next semester for medical programs from Kaiser, from Children's Hospital to Lundquist Institute. There's things to kind of help out and dive into and check out what that kind of field is like for you. And that's the opportunity that comes with making those connections or just talking to people. Just having that conversation and letting someone know, like, hey, I'm really interested in that, makes it so much easier. And then once you're beginning to look for it, it just telling people, just letting people know and having that conversation, saying like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Do you know any leads? Hey, I'm looking for an opportunity to go nursing. Hey, I'm looking for an opportunity to work with animals. Hey, I really want to do like a fashion class, or I want to do some like nail opportunities. Do you know where I can go to? If you spread it out broadly, someone's going to get back to you, because at the end of the day, people just want to help people. You're not being a burden. People literally just want to help people for the sake of helping people. Everyone needs help at some point in their life, so it makes it super easy. If you just ask it out, put it out, it's going to bring it into fruition. It's like that saying where people say a closed mouth is never going to get fed. If you don't speak up, if you don't say anything, no one's ever going to reach out to you or connect back to you to tell you like, hey, were you interested in this opportunity? Is that something that you wanted to do? All that kind of goes away. So who do you start with? Who do you talk to? Again, talk to your family, friends, colleagues, mentors here at the Boys and Girls Club. Mentors we can connect you with. If you're looking for a mentor, you can talk to us and we can try and find you a mentor that works within that specific field, especially if you're really, really hungry or really interested in kind of building that mentorship relationship. We can try and find that for you. Whether you're graduating from school, talking to professors, it's literally just bringing up the conversation. And once you have that conversation, you can you may ask yourself, like, how do I go about it? Or how do I kind of speak to it? It literally goes as simple as just a little elevator speech or a little informational session about what you're interested in and what you're passionate about. It's kind of that same answer that you would give to someone that asks you, tell me about yourself. What's something that you're interested in? What's something that you love doing? And all you have to do is very simple that we should all kind of have in the back of our pockets, something very short, sweet, that kind of answers or tells people like, hey, this is what I'm passionate about. You say your name, you say it clearly, you say, hey, I'm really interested in 3 different things or what those things are. So I could say, hey, my name is Eduardo Valderramos. I'm really interested in supporting youth through mentorship. I wanted to know if there's any little opportunities, because one of my biggest goals in life is to be able to help a kid throughout their college application process and help them guide to fruition with any support needed from myself. What do you think would be my best first step, or what's something that I can do with your company? Simple things like that, or just a little information, something short, sweet, concise, just to kind of let people know what you're about or what you're looking for, and just how to connect you and give you those opportunities. The best way I can say it is like, it's a little bumper sticker, right? You've seen those bumper stickers where you kind of put it at the back of the car. It's a great little message, but it's short, sweet, to the point, and you kind of get the picture of what the sticker's trying to say. That's what you're trying to do with your little elevator speech, like short, sweet, to the point, and you're like, okay, done. I got you. I know exactly what you're looking for. Let me hook you up with this person. Let me hook you up with Miss Karina. She's got all the answers. She knows everything about that. I believe it. And then once you meet with people, or once you kind of give them that idea, or once you kind of, let's say you come to me and you let me know, hey, I'm really interested in looking for an internship in engineering. Make sure you follow up. If you don't follow up, or if you don't show that you're kind of really active with it, then it kind of tells me that like, oh yeah, you're not really that interested, or it wasn't really worth that much effort to really make it happen for you. If you can, follow up, and if you say like, hey, I'm really interested in, hey, just wanted to follow up with you, talk about, see if there's any opportunities, or see if you heard back from anything, then I already know like, okay, you're very on it, you're very persistent, let's make this happen, let's see what I can do, or let's kind of keep it up or keep up with you. Even if you meet random people, let's say like at that union job fair, or let's say you go to something like Pathways to Employment, keeping up with like a business card, keeping up with something like that is a great opportunity to keep up. One of the biggest things is that I say, if you ever receive a business card for like an opportunity or a scholarship, take a little note of what it's from. Oftentimes we look back at a business card or a little scholarship file and we're like, what was this from? Who gave me this? Or who is this person? when you write those little notes, it'll remind you like, oh yeah, I met this person for this. This person told me to talk to them about X, Y, B, and C. Oh yeah, Miss Karina gave me the scholarship. She told me that I need to do it by this date. Let me take those little notes. I even remember I need to get that done. Oh, Miss Karina gave me this card. I need to follow up with her because she told me that she can hook me up with, I don't know, a job at Toyota. I don't know. I'm just making things up. But it's, keeping that record for yourself, whether it's in a notebook, whether it's something for yourself, whether it's a handwritten email, just keeping that record and connecting with them. Emailing back Miss Karina and saying like, hey, I just wanted to follow up. It was so great meeting with you. I wanted to see if there were still any opportunities that you can connect me with for that Toyota opportunity. If I could talk to you a little bit more about what I'd like to do. Or I talk to you a little bit more about that scholarship. That follow-up is just key, crucial, and it really shows that you care. Final little tips to kind of remember when it comes to at least the networking component is that remember you're not being a pest. You may think like, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother them. Oh my gosh, they're so busy. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. Don't even stress because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, people want to help you. Look, all of us at the Boys and Girls Club are literally here just to help you. And people want to help you just for the fun, just to help others because we all need help sometime, right? We all need a little support or a little network support. And that's what people like doing, paying it forward, just giving that little support. Assume everyone is good at something. I love that because you may think like, oh, I couldn't even ask this person. Or you may think to yourself, I shouldn't ask my friend or I shouldn't ask this person. But little you may know, that little person in your classroom, your friend, may know someone that could help you with that job or with that opportunity or know someone that works there and may bring you to a whole new network. One of the biggest things, we just talked about, was following up with them, staying positive, persistent, motivated. Remember, it's network building. You're building relationships, so you have to keep that up to date. You can't just, ask them for a job, never speak to them again. Like, you got to follow up, check up on them, say like, hey, thank you so much. Even if it's like once a month, once every 2-3 months, to just follow up and check up. I would love for that. If you, after you guys graduate, send me a little email saying like, hey Eddie, just wanted to reach out, remind you this is what's happening in my life. Just wanted to check up, see how things going. That's like so sweet. Like that'd be like so sweet. Like I would love that. I know Miss Karina would love that. We'd all love that. Just a little update, check out. That way, it shows that connection and we can connect you more with opportunities. As you email back, I'll say like, hey, you know what? I just heard about this opportunity of an alumni network for a job here. Would you be interested in doing it? Or would you be interested in going for that? And all you simply did was just follow up and say, hey, how's it going? And now I'm talking to you and saying like, hey, you want to do this? Easy. Life, that's how it works. It's just following up and just, having that conversation. Yeah. And one of the biggest things your networks can connect you is scholarships. Yay, money, free money for school. That's what we're here to do. Help you out with all that free money and help you out with all those opportunities. So we'd love doing some of that and doing some of that with you. And to pass it off, I'm going to pass it off to this Miss Illustrious and Incredible Miss Carla over at the San Pedro site. She's going to do amazing.
Mr. Eddie, and if I may just add something briefly.
Of course.
So oftentimes when we get asked for letters of rec, it's typically for college, but that also ends up being an extension of networking. Those letters then become letters for graduate school, then recommendations for jobs. So if you are getting letters from teachers or mentors or anyone at the Boys and Girls Club, make sure to stay in touch with them, just because you just don't know when you're going to need another letter of rec. Right now you're thinking college, you're thinking of just getting into your dream school, but then later it's going to be an internship opportunity. And this is someone that you can always go back to and get that letter updated every time, so that it fits what you're applying for. This happens a lot with our organization. Our students go off to college and they reach back out to us because they have that trust or that connection. And hey, I found about an internship opportunity or paid fellowship. Can you write me another letter? Toyota, our scholarship that was just due a couple weeks ago, is a great example of that. It is open to alumni. This is an example of networking. Toyota the car company, has been around with, has been a partner of ours, and you now applied for it as a rising senior or graduating senior, and that is a scholarship that is open to alumni. So you're even able to apply for it at a later time. And even if you were to work for Boys and Girls Club, you'll then be able to apply for it again or be nominated as a staff. Kiwanis is a big time scholarship that's been around, and that also is a networking scholarship. In most cases, the foundation ends up renewing their scholarship, so they do want to stay in touch with you. They do want to continue to help you every step of the way. And so just know that it doesn't have to be a one-time visit, especially for those asking for letters of rec. So make sure that you're really selective about those recommenders now that you're doing EOP and some of the common apps. If your coach is one of them, make sure to stay in touch with your coach from here and after you finish high school, because again, you just don't know when those opportunities are going to arise. And that happens here a lot. We just like I said, we're gonna get internship opportunities second semester, and we'd had paid internship opportunities in the past. So just again, back to Ms. Carter.
Okay, so scholarships 101. So basically scholarships, it's always important to know at the end of the day, you're going to go to a school and you're going to be like, wow, I want to go to my dream school, but there isn't a way to actually pay for that. That's the most important thing that you actually have to know. So scholarships, we're going to be able to give you that scholarships when we told you guys Toyota. At the end of each email, everybody puts a list of scholarships, Mr. Eddie, Miss Karina, Mr. JC, when he was here, everybody decides to put, because we do want you to get that financial part for when you do apply. Some are based on merit and some are based on need base. But always remember that to get this money, you have to know the tuition, room and board, and the materials that are going to be needed. So scholarship 101. Go on, Mr. Eddie. And this is the two types that I was just talking to you about. One is merit. So basically, it is based on your family income. Of you're into the middle class, a little higher, you're not basically in financial need. This is where you apply. So the people that are applying to USC, this is for you to be able to apply for the merit-based scholarship too and be into that pool. There's other ones that we will show you down the road that are also going to be merit-based. Financial need-based is other ones that we do have. There's going to be other lists that it's going to tell you financial needs. So if you're in low income, public housing, if you're living that Section 8 or anything, if you get any of those untaxable incomes because of COVID, there's literally anything that is needed for financial aid. If you're nursing in the Southern California area, there's a scholarship for you. If you are Northern California baby, but you came to the LA area, that there's literally anything. There's all these types of scholarships.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. You're so right, Ms. Carla. And then some of us are a little bit of both, right? Some of us are a little bit of both, where we have that academic excellency with merit. We're both financial need. And the easiest way to rule of thumb if you ever ask yourself, like, am I a financial need student? The easiest way I think anyone else can tell you is if you're Pell eligible, you're considered a financial need student. So if you receive any form of the Pell Grant after doing your financial aid, look at you, you're a financial need student. Yay. Good for us.
So this is the time to see, and a simple direction is to raise your hands and put it on the chat on what kind of activities do they like or do they request whenever they're looking for scholarships, or what makes you stand out, especially now that we just did the UC prom or the UCs. I know they ask you extracurriculars. So what is something that makes you like stand out, I guess? Any raise of hands, you guys can say it in the chat. Don't be shy. This is for that UCLA gear that we found. Anybody?
So this is where we're checking who's participating. This is your opportunity to come up on some nice gear.
I see Club Creator in the chat. Lovely, lovely. Nice things. What are some of your hobbies that you guys have out there? Because there's scholarships for literally everything. Oh, Jacqueline raised her hand.
Any leadership positions that you have, or any roles?
Mm-hmm.
Soccer, baseball, or bass player, guitar.
Lovely.
Feminism. Yes.
Go ahead. Environmental passion.
Yes, cross country, piano,
Go ahead.
okay, government.
Coding. Wow.
Wow. Okay, those are all good ones. Yeah, all that you did put are very important in order to make your for the scholarship. So if you are into government and you're a class president and you have a GPA of a 4.3, oh my God, there probably is a scholarship somewhere out there. And then of your piano player, of your favorite color is pink, and you are all about pink, and your hair is pink like mine some days. That's definitely for you. If you want to become a farmer, agriculture, if you like dogs, there you go. And if you're just a gamer that you're in the top 1%, oh my God, I know there's money for you, especially with the whole YouTube scene going on, the Twitter scene, everything that's out there. I know that there is that color or that scholarship for you. If you're a good doodler, and literally there's a lot of scholarships that most students don't apply. So there's a lot of that free money that is just literally out there. I had a student last year that she was picked out of 2 students that applied for that scholarship. So by default, she actually got it. And I was like, oh, wow. She's like, yeah, there's only 2 of us that applied, and we both got it, and we got the max amount. And I was like, wow, see, there's all that free money. And literally it's just her applying to little things that maybe they're not real, maybe they are, but always checking with the case manager to see, this kind of looks suspicious. It's coming from a suspicious email. Do you think this is real? Make sure to ask. That's very important. We don't want to give information out that isn't like too good spammers.
Yeah. Always know your trusted sites like Going Merry, Fastweb, Unigo. Those are all lovely websites that kind of help you out. And every single question or every single thing that's on here is connected to a scholarship. From Immaculate Doodles for Doodle for Google. There's a Growing Asparagus Scholarship. There's a Best Duck Caller. So if you know how to make duck calls, there's a scholarship for you. There's a competition actually where you can win money for college for your best duck call. Marble shooting, talented gamers, everything's in there for you. There's scholarships galore, and I think what Miss Carla just said is amazing because of the fact that the truth is a lot of you guys think like, no, I'm not going to apply. It's not worth it. Or that scholarship is not real. So I'm not going to apply. And what ends up happening is that a lot of people think the same way. Then the only 2 people that do apply, guess what? They get the scholarship because they are the ones that put in the effort to apply. So really it is, when we tell you to apply, we mean it. Apply, apply, apply. You'll hear no's, you'll hear yeses, but everything in between, it's all gonna help out in the end, right? Every step in between.
And that's for sure. The more you apply, the more probability you'll have, right? Your chances will go up. So that's really important to understand. My stats students, the more opportunity, the more you apply, hopefully you get into maybe 1. And 1 is better than nothing. You're above maybe $100 or even $1,000. That literally can be for your tuition. That can be for your food. So all that money eventually starts to add up, because at the end of the day, your dream school can be USC, but you're short 3,000. That could be literally 1 whole scholarship or 3 scholarships put together. And that you were like, I didn't want to apply because there's too many people applying. So the following, there's these categories. There's academic for having good grades, being the top of your merit, that 1 to 5%, being an athlete, being a varsity player for 4 years, having the grades. It's just how much you can actually maximize within your scholarship. And those who already started writing all the UC prompts, honestly, you have already what a lot of the scholarship prompts are asking you. You just literally have to tweak a little bit, adjust it, adapt it, and then make sure to be able to send it in and just make sure that it fits well within the prompt. There's career, if you want to go into a union, if you want to be a nurse, if you want to do engineering, if you're a woman in color and you're wanting to do engineer, women of color in STEM, women of color in whatever, there's all these things, men of color, there's colleges specifically that have their own merit. So after you apply, see what do they have to offer, what merit, what need-based, community-based organization, college found. Here we go. We have our own different scholarships that we also are offering. We do put them on the board. We do send them, like I said, skill. Maybe you're really good at playing a guitar and you are like super amazing at playing Stairway to Heaven and you know it by memory and you just like riff it out. That can be you. That can be a little scholarship that you can, or you make up your music background. If you come from another country, if you're undocumented, LGBT, religion, honestly, the The list is endless, and a combination of many can be an athletic with good academics, athletic with low academics. It can be whatever. It's just of your DACA undocumented. There's a lot for you specifically into that pool. So keep that in mind. And then okay, so this is the college application. This is some of the colleges do offer. Can you help me with this one, Eddie?
Of course. So literally the whole point is that what Miss Carla just said is golden, because your college application that you literally just submitted or on the verge of submitting right now as you're getting it checked by a case manager is the exact same thing that you would do for a scholarship application. When you're doing your college apps, you have to do general information, financial information for fee waivers, your academic history, what's your passion, what's your major, what's your objective, what activities have you been a part of, how do you spend your time outside of school, and answer questions from tell us a story or more about yourself, such as challenges, passions, how have they influenced your goals. When you look at a scholarship application, of course it varies from scholarship to scholarship, right? If you're doing like a music or the Stairway to Heaven scholarship or surviving a zombie apocalypse scholarship, it's gonna request something different. It's just request like an essay. But scholarships on the general request that you do general info about yourself. They want to see your academics, like transcripts, your rigor, how have you pushed yourself, your extracurricular activities. If you did your UC application or if you did the Toyota scholarship, you have these things, right? Makes it super easy to copy and paste. I know for a lot of students, I told them, like, look at your Toyota, copy and paste it to your UC app. Let's add the detail. We got it. What's your financial situation? If you did EOP, which I hope a lot of you did, you had that whole statement, describe your family's economic background. That's a great little copy and paste that now you can add to a scholarship opportunity. What's your passion? What are you passionate about? And then an essay either about service, so a service opportunity, an opportunity that you took a part of, leadership, or a challenge, and how it has affected your goals. Literally, that one question, you're going to see across the board, multiple scholarships from Sandpipers, National Charity League, Kiwanis. And of course, some scholarships may add the additional detail of break down your cost of higher education. We, the Boys and Girls Club, love asking that. Kiwanis loves asking that. National Charity League wants to know, like, hey, how are you gonna afford school? Like, let's be honest. What was your plan to make this work? And you gotta like kind of sell yourself. That's the whole point. But it's really, really easy. Like Miss Carla said, copy and paste, little edits here and there, and we got it. We can apply to so many scholarships. It's like easy. We got this. It's like easy.
Yeah, you could literally apply to that same scholarship that day. Get it. All right, what do I need? All this, literally, that's what she used to do. She used to grab it. All right. And I used to ask her, how was the scholarship? Oh yeah, I turned it in that same day. I was like, oh, okay. Like she was literally just on it because yeah, that I just use this, and this. It's that merging, like you said, the college applications, they do this in order to be leaving it very open-ended. And like Mr. Eddie said, we emphasize so much on these scholarships, on these writing workshops for the same reason. We understand that if we put the time now, it is those fruits that eventually at the end of the road are going to be there. And eventually like Eddie said, that sounds so familiar. Where did we hear that? And we're like, hello, think about it. We told you guys. And that's the beauty of it. You can just add to it and then make it so beautiful. Maybe you wanted to put something that you didn't have the chance because you're limited on words. And here we say, go for it. Tell us about everything. What makes you you? And this is a chance for you to stand up. It's beautiful.
No, 100%. Oh my gosh. Like, OMG, right? OMG, it's the exact same thing. Crazy, 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 crazy. Copy and paste.
The surprise sake. And this is some partner scholarships for you guys to keep an eye out. So if they ask you for little things, or ask even the case-bound managers, hey, when is this coming out? Or even to look it up online. You know, the internet is an asset. Make sure you utilize it. To be honest, when people are asking, where can I get this? I was like, type it up. We all like to Google, especially when we're feeling bad. This is something we want to Google too. Southern California Edison, and you see some of our students from last year that actually got LASIV, Rotary, they got different ones, so-called GAS, PV, Lions, Kiwanis. So these are all of our scholarships that we do have a connection with, or even that we do help you guys. And we have students that have gotten in all of these scholarships from each side, Mr. Eddie's, our side, Miss Karina's, on every Gardena site. So make sure to be asking them and see, what do I need? How do I make myself stand out? How do I do this? How do I do that? Because at the end of the day, that's $5,000 that you see in the back, $1,000, 5,000, 3,000. And some of these actually go for all 4 years of your university. So that's really important to think of it. Imagine you're already cashing in $3,000 every year. Oh my God, that's already like food, maybe the trip back home that you need if you're going out of state, or anything that is necessary. We all need that financial need, especially as a college student. We all like to be
Carla, I do have one request with these partner scholarships of the students, just because I've seen so many students have an advantage and get more scholarships when their files are organized and updated. It's very important. I can't even tell you how many times that saved me being able to get a scholarship to a student. I've had to pull data info from your college bound file, and when it's there and your coordinators, the scholarship is yours. When it's not there, when the forms, the information isn't filled out or organized, we go on to the next student. So please, meet your case manager, meet us halfway, and ensure you're doing your part with your file, your college portfolio. Everything from email to address, because what Carla is saying is true. She's had probably a winner for every single one of these scholarships, Eddie, Karina. So this money is real, it can be yours. Just again, meet us halfway with your file.
100%. And thank you so much for bringing that up, because a lot of times, when it's second semester, a lot of times we get that senioritis. We get a little lazy. Miss Carla's showing off a file right now about what she means about filling it out, the data, the information.
Yes.
It's all about meeting with your case manager. You can't just disappear now that we've applied. No, you have to be active, because there's all these opportunities to follow through and connect with. Let us know what's happening with your schools. Let us know what's happening with admissions. Let us know what happens with taking your tests. There's AP tests, all that stuff, tutoring, more preparation, programming that we're having to help secure. And we have those lovely opportunities that are really just partners of the Boys and Girls Club. From the Toyota Scholarship you see back there to PV Rotary to all these that you actually see in the background are all partners that say, hey, Boys and Girls Club, you've done such an amazing job. We want to support your kids and we want to give you guys money. And that's how it kind of works out. Even connections to things like the Housing Scholarship, to PV Links, to Planet Fitness, which is crazy to me that is a partner. Cox Scholarship, which is something that's going to open up really soon. So I love how Carla said, don't just sit around waiting. Bug your case managers, check those emails, use Google, use those resources, because it's all there. The opportunities are coming up. And even with our emails right now, there's already scholarships for January, scholarships for February, scholarships for March that are opening up that we can apply to and just get that money.
And you know what? I just thought about this. Let us know. We do have a partner with Town and Ground for USC. That's $10,000 for 4 years. And if a board member, a partner, is the one that sends us the scholarship and is pretty much telling us, have your kids apply. Make sure they put that they're college bound. They're getting flagged. They're looking for them. So let us know some of these scholarships. We should be checking your app, but let us know, because we do let Cox, we do let certain partners know these are our kids that have applied, and they flag them. So it's very important you do communicate.
100%.
Yeah, and those files like go ahead, Karina.
Oh, I think just to put a face to the name and to just make it even more relevant, we have one of our staff, Janelli, from the Wilmington side, who went off to UC Riverside. She, better than anyone, can testify and talk about winning Toyota, not only as an undergrad to go to college, but she was, her along with her friends were able to create a mentorship club that eventually gave another scholarship when she was in college. So her and her friends were able to give scholarships to some of our students that went to Banning High School. So just want to highlight Ms. Janelli, who is here.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi everyone, my name is Janelli, and yes, I did win Toyota and the Rotary. From first-hand experience, that money is very helpful. I'm glad to say that with the help of the Boys and Girls Club, I graduated debt-free. So that's very exciting. I'm very happy to say that. And as well, last year I was able to, with a few of my high school friends, we gave out a scholarship for banning high school students. It was a small scholarship, but it was something that we were excited to do just to give back to the community. So yes, apply to these scholarships, and like they said, a lot of the scholarships are very similar to your college app. So you could reduce, reuse, and it makes it very simple. At times, like if you just find day of scholarships, it's simple. It'll take let's say 30 minutes to just put it all together and make it flow, and you can apply to a scholarship. So my advice is to apply, and then by the end of the day, you'll realize that you have all this money accumulated, and then you'll be debt free. So that's my advice for you guys. So apply to a lot of scholarships.
Agreed. Ooh. And part of the perks of that, right, is that we are here to support you, which is why we have this lovely programming, which is our Power Hour / Cash Hour, which you best believe I hope to see all of you both Wednesdays, Thursdays, Ms. Carla and myself, Mondays, to help you out with not only your essays, but filling out scholarship opportunities every week. We introduce and talk about a great scholarship opportunity, and what I think really helped out, because I'm super proud of this, I think we're all very proud of it, is I think we had so much scholarship money last year. We were able to secure over $2 million in scholarships last year. That's crazy. That's a lot of money across our organization. That's crazy to me. That, it's because of that extra effort, and it's because of you guys. So we're willing to meet you halfway with, join us every Thursday, where we'll be talking about a new scholarship, a new opportunity where you can join in, work on something new, work on something different, and kind of receive that help from staff on what the scholarship's looking for, what you should answer for this question, or what you may already have that you can copy and paste to reduce, reuse, recycle, and just really showcase that itemization. 100%.
So again, what makes you stand out? GPA is always nice. It's oof, you have a 4.7 and you're an athlete. Oof, that's it. Or not even, if you're 4.7 or even a 3.5, and you know what, you did babysitting, you had 2 jobs, or even you had so many other things going on in your life and you still managed to get that GPA. Plus you took college classes, which by the way, we're offering next semester. Hint. That's a little plug for us. Ask your coordinators to see what we're offering, and then always invest in yourself. They're investing in you, so you gotta kind of convince them, like Mr. Eddie said, that pitch. What is gonna make you stand out of everybody that wants to save money? What's gonna make you? What are you gonna do? A lot of it is in the future. They want to know what you're gonna do, not just now, but in 15 years, educational wise. Mentally, what are you going to planning to do? If you're going to do architect and you're already planning to go into your master's, they really like to hear that, because at the same day, they're like, that is true. You're not just planning right now, but you're planning in 20 years. Maybe you're planning to open a business with what you're planning to, what you're trying to do. That's something you can also think of.
Bomb, lemonade, bomb.
I want some.
Trinity, I do want that food.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. And then what you're capable of doing, your passion. So a lot of the essays I've been reading these past couple of days, it has to do a lot with what is everybody's passion. Those essays seem very genuine, very passionate, very I see them and I was like, okay, you have no corrections a lot, because at the same time, they're putting their hearts out there. They're very this is what I love to do. The ones that they're kind of struggling is a little bit harder. So find something that you're passionate and write about it. See how you can maximize or put in or merge all that information that makes you stand out. That's really important. So that's something that at the end of the day, even your own character, even introducing yourself, go to as many things as you possibly can. And like you said, Mr. Eddie, sometimes those people themselves can offer you a scholarship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Itemize.
Sorry. So that's like Keystone. What does Keystone offer? So what is Keystone? At the end of the day, what do they have to offer? They can just not be like extracurricular. They're volunteer experience too. They're a educational program that does help, especially within your club. That's a very national wide. So that's something that you can also itemize in your scholarship and maybe talk about it and how maybe that introduced you into College Bound. Bringing your boo. Okay.
Yeah, the key thing is just itemization, because, you know, a lot of times that we'll see, or we've been working down with these applications that you guys just put like, oh, I just do College Bound, and that's it. And then they're like, oh, I still have all these spaces, or I still have all this space. When it comes to scholarship opportunities, because you're not limited, you have the space to really showcase and highlight every single thing that you do. And the key thing to that is itemizing. So let's say you're a part of Keystone. You're talking about that you're part of a nationally recognized organization. But within Keystone, you've done events like Bring Your Boo. You've done events like Neon Lights. Wilmington does the Candyland Dance. We do all sorts of different type of events from
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos. So it's being able to itemize and showcase, hey, I'm part of this, but because of this, I've been in charge of this event, where I've had to do things like create an event for teen safety, where I've had to help out with decorations, where I've had to organize and distribute food out for people. I've even helped out with, you know, like Keystone, you guys also do community service. What is that service? Organizing a school supply drive to give to people, whether it's doing things like Weekend Wellness at your site or helping out your community locally with a canned food drive, or things like that. Even more so.
College Bound is super easy, and I think I'm glad that it goes into it, because it does go into College Bound. Yeah, we go through your A through G's, we make sure you guys know it, we go through these workshops, but even itself as workshops, Power of the Pen, Scholarship Power Hour, when the field trips, those students that actually stay and not even are in here just helping us, the ones that clean tables for us in the summer, we actually get a lot of help. The people that help us decorate. Honestly, there's so many things that you guys invest to us that you have to itemize in there. Power of the Pen, College Bound workshops, one-on-one intensive case management, even understanding of tutoring. You know, that's something else. If you tutor with Mr. Kokele here, or yourself are helping that tutor, internships, Career Bound, so on and so forth. The list can go endless, and you can just continue to add and save what you put. If you invested the hours, even handing out food here for our activity or our events, I know sometimes we ask for hands, that actually can help you, because at the end of the day, you're giving us your support. We don't really, how can I say, that is overall, that's super important, because you're the extra hands that we don't have. You know, we're only two sometimes, and we're like, and then just bringing you the food, even that's just like the biggest help. So that's something that you can help. If I help with senior retreat, helping Miss Isabel, helping Miss Karina put this going, getting this, to be honest, that's something that you can also put. Just keep asking. The alumni panel, that's something else that you can itemize, because at the end of the day, when we're asking, connecting it back to the networking, when we're asking, hey, you're a part of College Bound, but were you active? Yeah, I did this, and this. We can always go back, and maybe you are suited for the job. And that's how maybe we got into Miss Janelli. We're like, she did win Toyota. She might be able to use this. And at the end of the day, we always have opportunities to be able to help you grow here as well in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, it's just one program, but so many opportunities come from it, even from just from today. Like Miss Carla said, networking, you heard about Career Bound, you heard about Collab. That's just from coming to one College Bound workshop. So it connects you. So you better itemize it. Just like she said, all those helping hands, you guys gotta itemize it.
And then the people that are actually reading it are super authentic, and actually, when I read these essays, even as like when we do go through this, I want you to be very like the people that are more confident within their essays. You can say, oh yeah, they really want this for sure, versus someone that's very timid, doesn't know. Always remember to use your essays to make sure. Some people put themselves out there and be very vulnerable, and let them know, you know what, yeah, I might have gone through this, but it doesn't matter. I'm still pushing it. I'm still kicking butt. I'm still trying to get into these schools, no matter my dreams, and trying to accomplish the highest things. So to to be able to put yourself and really believe in it, fake it till you make it, like I always like to say in your essays, because you can actually read through it through your essays.
100%. And remember, you really, for most of these scholarship opportunities, just like applying to college, you're not really going to have an opportunity to go up and talk to the person, or maybe this is just where they're going to make that decision to be like, oh yes, you've piqued my interest, or how you itemized everything, how you wrote this essay. Now I'm like, for sure, oh my gosh, I need to find out more about this person. It's all about how vulnerable, it's all about how open you are, it's all about how you portray your story. As comfortable as you are is as much as these people will get to know you. So of course, this is your one shot. So I urge you, I implore you, just like we all have for your applications, just let it out there. Hang loose. What's the worst that can happen? You just don't hear back. That's fine. They didn't want you. They couldn't handle you.
At least you tried. At least you tried. That's the most important thing that I would say. Well, you did it, right? And if they didn't want you, like you said, it's okay. They didn't know what they missed out.
No, 100%. And essentially, that's it for today. Just remember, of all the opportunities out there, just remember what you have and what you can do. And just remember what's out there so that we can kind of connect you with and what we kind of look forward to. And just, think about, I honestly, one of my biggest things is, if you have questions, feel free to ask us so we can connect you to opportunities. If you're worried about a scholarship or if you need that support, meet with us. Be consistent with us. Don't just step out. Come with us. Talk to us. We're here to help you out, and we're here to really support you, whether that's with finances, whether that's everything in between. And really, I think what showcases the most is not necessarily this semester, because I feel like everyone comes this semester. It's going to be next semester that's really going to speak to who's actually involved with the Boys and Girls Club, who's still committed, who's still really showcasing that. And that's what's going to really shine out when it comes to scholarships. Who's still coming in day to day, who's still hungry for that support and hungry looking for something new. So, stay hungry.
Remember, you're not bugging us. Like you said, you're not being that bug. On the contrary, you're keeping us on our toes. We're like, oh yeah, we did talk about this. Okay, how can we get through it? We all have winners of scholarships. So always remember that. We all know how to do or get our students to get what we need. So we're always hungry for you guys to be able to be hungry. And we always advocate for those students that were like, they came in when no one was here on that Saturday. And sometimes coincidentally, our boss pops in and they're like, who's that? And you're like, oh, there you go. That might be lucky. And for sure, I think that the biggest thing is the files. That's something that for sure you please keep updating, because that's something we all forget to do. So if you have nothing to do and you're like, let me go through my file. Maybe you have things from 6th grade, 7th grade, and you're like, want to take home, or let me put this together, or just make sure you have that conversation with your case manager. Am I missing anything? Do I have to do anything? Can you please print this out? Can you please add this? We're all here, we're all trained, and we're all capable.
Time for a raffle. It's raffle time.
That USC girl is wanting to go home with someone on Friday.
So may we ask a question? May we?
Of course. I'd love to hear a question.
Can I kick it off?
Of course.
It's one thing that is important when it comes to networking and scholarships, and even mandatory. But what is a top action or thing that you should be doing when someone writes you a letter of rec for a scholarship or college? So you could raise your hand and answer it. Actually, I'm gonna have you unmute yourself, turn on your camera and answer it. No dropping in the chat, because we have some pretty good prizes. I want you to participate. So I want to see your face. I want to know.
Can you repeat the question, Yesenia? Because you sound a little bit muted.
What is one of the first things you should be doing when you get a letter of rec from a staff, or an adult.
Send a thank you, like.
Wow.
Yes, you'd be surprised how many times that's resulted in more money, renewal money. That's simple networking where you're like, thank you, and let me keep you updated on how I'm doing in college. Hands down, will take you far. And that's mandatory for our kids. We do try to teach them and ensure that you always say thank you, because at the end of the day, no one has to do an amazing letter of rectory. So yes, so with that, Diana Rico, I have UCLA prize for you. So I'm gonna have you come see me so you can pick it. Congratulations.
The next question.
When is the alumni panel?
We have someone that's gonna unmute themselves.
I see a raised hand, so who's
They already said it on the chat. Somebody said it on the chat.
I saw Christina Allen raising her hand. She was ready. She said, I got this.
Remember, you can use the chat as well or unmute yourself. So do we go with the chat? You're muted.
No, we said no chat. Let's unmute, let's see
Okay.
you, and let's see how you participate. We got UCLA hoodies, shirts, like, no. I wanna see you. Okay,
Which this is a great example of being vocal. So this is your opportunity to answer the next question.
It's December 8th, I think from 5:30 to 7.
It is December 8th, but your time is a little off. But it's fine.
So is that a yes? Consensus?
I'll write it down.
Wait.
Anyway, next question.
Oh, who
Can you
can
name? Oh, sorry.
who can define college bound?
That's a hard one.
What is college bound?
Yeah.
And name 5 activities or 5 itemized items.
Things within college bound.
That you can itemize.
Yes.
Right. To make your application that much greater. So what is college bound? And 5 things that are within college bound. Oh, and the answers are on the screen, so you better have tunnel vision. We're gonna give Miss Priscilla an attempt here at the Wilmington site. It's just her camera's off, so she's gonna use mine.
Totally fine.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So for College Bound, I have College Bound as a college preparation program through the Boys and Girls Club that has guided me and other high school students to ensure high school graduation and a plan after high school. And then
Can you paraphrase that, please?
yeah. So basically I just what do you mean by like paraphrase? Like
give us some.
Yeah, don't read it.
okay, so basically College Bound is a program that has helped me make a career plan through high school and after high school, and it also helped me accomplish goals like that I want to meet.
Nice.
And then 5 things you do in college. Oh, 5 things you do in College Bound. I did SAT prep, career bound, the money program where we learned about keeping our finances. It's called Money Matters. Money Matters, sorry. I also did workshops, obviously. SAT prep. I said that already.
One more. You can do this.
Oh, Power Hour.
There you go. Look at you.
Good job.
Nice. Now, who can name one of our direct partner scholarships? I mentioned like 4 or 5. There were also like
Mentioned so many.
Toyota.
Partner means donors that come directly to Boys and Girls Club to give money to Boys and Girls Club members.
directly to the Boys and Girls Club, right?
So all of you here are Boys and Girls Club members, which makes you eligible for that funding only. So anyone else that wanted to apply for it wouldn't be able to. Jackie Ramirez raised her hand.
Yeah,
The Toyota scholarship.
beautiful.
Amazing.
Who knows when you guys find out about the Toyota scholarship?
Mr. Eddie coming from left and right.
Because I'm sure you guys asked when you submitted. Wow, Jacqueline Ramirez is ready.
Jackie Ramirez again.
September 5th.
Ooh, no, that's what it is. That's a little too late to find out.
I think
think
we
that's what
have
we
one
do.
more here. One sec.
Oh, sorry, February.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
We're gonna give it to Jackie?
I mean, Jackie already won something, so it's fine.
Jackie. Yeah, Toyota
You win
is,
double.
Double, I don't know.
Toyota is renewable, but you're not having to reapply for it. You really just get it every year that you're in school. And it does start at $1,200 and can go all the way to $5,000, which means you would get $5,000 every year that you're in school, equivalent of $20,000 altogether. So those amounts do vary depending on the amount that you got. Ours won't come out until April or maybe even March. So again, that's part of your participation and staying involved. You'll know when it's out because you'll be the first one to get it. And you might get it before it even goes out to the rest of the student body. And that one's going to be second semester. Like mentioned, Mr. Eddie, Miss Carla, and myself have a scholarship bank at every one of our locations. We literally have a bin where that you can look through after the winter break or even starting now in December and look to see what scholarships are out. We have a scholarship probably for every week that's left of the semester. So there's about 20 something weeks left. We have a lot more scholarships than that. I know for our Banning students, the Wisteria scholarship is out, which is the famous one about the Banning High School Museum, and you had to just write a bibliography, I believe, about who Banning High School, Phineas Banning was, and he was a big person in Wilmington. So those scholarships are starting to come in, and this is part of staying involved and staying engaged and checking your email. You're going to get that information here.
That's the important part when you have nothing to do and you're like, what do I do now? There you go, scholarships. What do I have to do? Scholarships. You know, to be honest, that's always a question for seniors. What do I do? Big portal, scholarship, update files.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Your colleges also will notify you about any upcoming scholarships as well, especially like the presidential scholarship for our high-end kids at the CSU. They'll contact you and say, hey, based on your grades, you qualify for the presidential scholarship or the blue and gold plan at the UC. Some private schools will even have scholarship information as well. And those typically come out right after you apply. So very important that you're checking your emails, that you're checking your portals, because you want, of course, some of that money directly that the school's offering. USC is very generous every year and just has a lot of money to give. So make sure that you're checking your emails, make sure that you're activating your portals. You're going to be getting those notifications, and that's where you get to explore the scholarship bank for the colleges that you're applying to. So that's another source of not only that, but even your Schoology, or I know at Pola they call it your passport. I'm not sure what Pedro uses, but which is their school account, almost like their portal. Is it passport?
Polas uses Aries, and then Pedro is Schoology. Yeah.
Okay.
school is it?
There's scholarships on there that the counselors are constantly uploading. So they're clearly Naviance is another source of avenue to look for scholarships as well. And FastWeb's actually a very popular one amongst our students. We do suggest that you use an email that you wouldn't use with your college, because you are going to get a lot of emails from FastWeb, especially with the scholarship information as well. Maldiv, for all of our AB 540 Dreamer students, put out a handbook almost about 30 pages long with scholarships. So tons of information about scholarships.
Mhm. No, 100%. Plenty of resources. Another resource to talk about AB 540 Dreamer students, I love Immigrants Rising. They have a great little fellowship guide, a scholarship guide, even scholarships for when you're in school, doing graduate school, post school, fellowships, internships. Lovely guides, lovely support. You can talk to us and we can help you out. Or Be Resourceful, Immigrants Rising, the website. Check it out. Super pretty, super nice, very helpful.